Okay, for this first section, we're playing over an E. Our melody is on the top E string here. And I'm trying to use as big of a voicing as I can because a lot of this music is played on piano or for orchestra, so we want to be able to cover a big range. So I'm using a low E, and then I got the third 10th higher there. So that chord is a really pretty chord, but I got the third, I got the 6, I got the 9, the 5, and the root. Then I'm going to lift up that pinky so I can get that major 7. And the C sharp is going to be a passing tone, and then I'm going into my 5 chord, and the way I'm going to alter that is by making it augmented. That's a B augmented there with a 7 on the bottom. Back to my 1 chord. So it's like a bar chord like that. Have the 5th on top. 6, 7. Going into my 4 chord that I'm going to make a dominant flat 5. So there's A, flat 7, the 3rd, there's your flat 5, and your flat 7. Back to a 1 chord. Now the melody on top is going to be, but rather than playing that all in 1 chord, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get a little chromatic thing going here with the chord. Move this up to F. Adding that B, so this is kind of giving me like a Lydian sound. Back to the E. And now I'm going to have a substitution of my altered 5 chord. So normally I would go to a 5 chord, but I want to alter it. There's 2 different ways you could look at this. If you look at it as a substitution, it's a G augmented 7 chord. So there's the 7, the 3rd, there's your raised 5, and there's your G, the root on top. So you can see it as a substitution before B, landing on the E6. The other way you could look at it is an altered B chord. So a flat 5, a root, a 3rd, and a sharp 5. And then all this resolves to just a B7, and then to your E6. Okay, that whole section repeats. Same exact thing, no changes. Using the vibrato bar for a little bit of movement. Okay, so for that B section, the next section that's coming up, harmonically, it's kind of interesting because we're just going back and forth, either down a half step or up a half step. So we have like E to E flat, to E to F to E, and that's really the movement. It's a lot of chromatic movement there with the chords, but I'll show you how we kind of use a melody that stretches over that and kind of hides it a little bit. So I'm walking in, spelling out a triad, 3rd, 5th, root of E. Then I'm doing that an octave higher, 3rd, 5th, root. Then coming down to an E flat chord. Back up to an E chord. Now I'm going to put the 6 in there. So I get root, 3rd, 6. 5, flat 5. Back to E flat. With that B on top, which is making it an E flat augmented. Back to the E6. Similar melody. This time I'm going to jump down to an F with that B on top. A. There's my E with the G sharp on top. I'm going to play the same voicing on the low 3 strings. So after I strum it, I'm going to slide up and arpeggiate it on the E, A, and D string. Play it a half step lower, half step lower, and then I'm resolving to E. For E, that last chord that I'm spelling out, I have my low E, my 3rd, there's my major 7 against a root. That's why you get that nice dissonance in there. And then a 3rd on top.